be a good day. That today's gonna be a good day. That today's gonna be a good day. Got a feeling that today's gonna be a good day. That today's gonna be a good day. That today's gonna be a good day. I have a feeling that this year's gonna be a good year. That this year's gonna be a good year. That this year's gonna be a good year. And feeling that this year's gonna be a good year. That this year's gonna be a good year. That this year's gonna be a good year. Night is night. Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spend it up. Go out and grasp it. Like, oh my God. Jump off that sofa. Let's all get up. That this year's gonna be a good year. That this year's gonna be a good year. That this year's gonna be a good year. Got that feeling? Woo. Y'all got that feeling too? Y'all feel it? That's right. Thank you, and welcome here to Oak Brook Center for Spiritual Living. I love seeing each and every one of you. Oh my goodness, this year is gonna be a good year, right? I know personally it's gonna be wonderful for me. So if you guys don't want to get up and grasp it, well then that's on you. That's all I'm just saying. It's about time, right? We're all here to find out about the time. And if somebody can help me here get started and situated with this thing. Here we go. Welcome. We are so glad you are here. Thank you so much, Tech Table, for rescuing me just now. Can you guys keep going, Brandon? Thank you. Upcoming events. Okay, we are going to undecorate and move from Christmas into the new year. And that's going to happen after service today, correct? After service today, we're going to be taking down the tree. We're going to honor the tree and take it out so it can be recycled. And then we're just going to move all the decorations out and move out of Christmas and into the new year. Can we hear 2015? 1, 2, 3, everybody. 2015. Yeah, I didn't believe you. One more time. 1, 2, 3. 2015. 2015. Thank you. I heard the kids more than anybody else. It's a shame. Y'all aren't excited as they are. All right. Oh, look, they fixed it. Thank you. Oh, it's always for me. Wednesday, the 7th at 7 a.m., we're going to have a bowl burning here. It's where we set our intentions for the year. Is it a.m. or p.m.? p.m. I'm so sorry. I'm not seeing that very well. It says a.m.? Well, it's 7 p.m. on Wednesday, and it's usually visioning at 6 o'clock, and then it's going to be followed by the bowl burning. That's going to be a wonderful time, so please come out for that. Prosperity Plus is coming up. It's coming up. I just switched on them. The tech table's going to hate me after a while. 10-week experiment in a more abundant living. It is a workshop that you want to be involved in. So definitely, believe there's a sign-up sheet somewhere in the back. On the tech table, please sign up for that, you guys. If you want abundance in your life, you definitely want to sign up for this class. And it's 10 a.m. to noon, February 7th through April 11th. It's $50 for the entire class, but it's $50 investment into the abundance that you want into your life. So if you want more abundance, then, you know, this is an investment. It's like investing into a business, you guys. You're investing in yourself, $50. Register, see Cindy, or sign up at the tech table. There's 3 easy ways to tithe. As usual, you can always put in an envelope. I think it's part of your bulletin there going around. If you do not use the envelope for your cash, please just drop it into the basket as it goes by, and we will go ahead and recycle those. You can always write a check and put it in that envelope as well. Or you can use the QR code on the back of your bulletin. You just scan it with your smartphone. It goes directly to PayPal. And also, you have a prayer request in your bulletin as well. Go ahead and fill that out, and during the offering time is when we're going to go ahead and collect those into the treasure chest. At this time, we're asking that you please silence your cell phones, but feel free to tweet the good stuff, right? So you can go ahead and tweet. If you get an aha moment in the middle of the talk today, you can go ahead and tweet that, and that way that will make it easy on everybody that is watching and learning through you. The Science of Mind reading right now with Jackie Burns. Jackie Barnes. I'm so sorry, Jackie. Who's that?
Someone else has my same first name.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor. I come to myself. Joel Goldsmith said, "A presence abides in us, a transcendental presence which cannot be described, but which is recognized in meditation." And from The Science of Mind, page 488, to awaken oneself is to be healed, made prosperous, happy, and satisfied. Remember the old movies with good guys and bad guys fighting, throwing punches, some getting knocked unconscious? Eventually, the fights concluded, and those knocked unconscious woke up and came to. They came to their senses. They discovered where they were and came to an awareness. The fighting was done, the repairs were taking place, and the right outcomes were on the way. In some ways, this scenario often takes place within us at deep spiritual levels. When we are upset with ourselves, when we are spiritually unaware, we may often, as I like to say, shadow box in the dark. We are throwing punches with some unknown assailant, someone or something we can't make out. What is needed is to come to once more, to discover the only shadowy opponent stirring things up is ourselves. Our disagreements with other people do not compare with our own inner oppositions. These can be recognized and dealt with. On the other hand, our own inner battles can be hidden or denied until we wake up to our own spirituality and quit fighting with ourselves. Our spiritual ground zero is the recognition of our natural holiness, the basic goodness inherent in us because of our oneness with God. Once we allow that this truth is our truth, we can stop beating ourselves up. We can let the self-forgiveness and healing take place as necessary. Then we may discover that ours is more a task of discovery rather than fixing. The spiritual raw material is always present for us. And the affirmation, if you'll read along with me, I have all I need right now to uncover the depth of my spirituality. I come to myself in joy and great anticipation.
And so it is.
Thank you, Jackie. And now if you would stand and we will sing together, "In Beauty May I Walk." The words are on the screen. We have some new color added to the screen this morning. I'm not sure why, but sort of adds to the ambiance, right? It's a nice looking crowd this morning. Y'all look good. Like you're ready for a new year and a new start. Right. Yes, I'm ready. In beauty, may I walk all day long. May I walk through the seasons. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace on this path. May I walk through my life. May I walk in old age. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. May I walk in forgiveness. May I walk in loving kindness. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. May I walk, 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 may I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace now. And now you may welcome your neighbors, but we're a big group today, so let's not go all over the room. Let's kind of keep it a little more contained. You can catch your friends after service. Alrighty. Start to come back together. To do what? At this time, if we've got young people, our 12 and unders can go back to the youth room. They're also welcome to stay, but they probably have more fun back there. 12 and up, I'm sorry, 12 and up, excuse me. 12 and up, our kids. Welcome, everyone. Heard our little group here is like herding cats. Hello. Lots of independent thinkers. At this time, I'd like to ask Ron Clark to come up and do our affirmation for us, please. Lead us in our affirmation.
Morning. So we have all these affirmations to do, so let's start.
Together.
Unhindered by the past and drawn by limitless possibilities, I live in the fullness of God's time, divinely guided and inspired in all that I think, say, and do. My time is here and now. 2015 is an excellent year. And from what we believe, did I miss? Oh, I missed that. Yes, it's not in here. We believe in God. From what I believe, let's start over. Together. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. And for our Oak Brook affirmation, which of course we always do with enthusiasm, as you are already doing this morning, I am thankful for Oak Brook, for the teaching of the science of mind as an empowering way of life at every age, and for the abundance it brings into my life, my center, and my world. I am grateful for our ever-growing spiritual community of love, freedom, and acceptance. I celebrate my thankful heart, our beautiful new spacious center, as we welcome our divine unfoldment through gifts of music, encouragement of our youth, and all life-enhancing activities. Oak Brook's vision supports us all in experiencing full and realized lives as spirit in expression, God's love in power. And our invocation will be given by... Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful Oak Brook people, beautiful friends. Good morning. It is a good day. I invite you now to join me in this moment of perfect peace by turning within and closing our eyes to the external reality and the world out there, and knowing that ultimately there is no world out there. There is only the world in here, and that world is good. We take a deep breath of life and feel it filling these lungs full, and as we release this breath, we release the imprisoned splendor which resides deep within our hearts, our minds, and our souls. Now we may know that splendor as God, as Spirit, as Jesus, as Buddha, as love, as divine mind and infinite intelligence. By whatever name we know this one, it matters not, for we are one within this one, and it is living its life fully, freely, consciously, and joyfully, in, through, and as each of us, fabulously. I know we celebrate that life this morning, the ever unfolding, ever ongoing, ever onward and upward expression of spirit that moves amongst us today as the breath upon the air and the wind upon the water. It is life itself that we celebrate in all of its fullness, all of its magnificence, and all of its glory. And every word, every song, every prayer, every moment of stillness and every joyous activity, every hug and every hello says, I see the Spirit in you and I greet it divinely. So we celebrate this life today through the inspiration of our Reverend Cindy, as she gives us the amazing lesson. And we say, indeed, it is about time, Reverend Cindy, that you step on up and step on out and allow the Spirit to speak through you with all of its wisdom and all of its love and all of its inspiration. And I know that as we receive that message today, we say yes and amen, because it is not something new to us. It is Spirit revealing to us that which we already know. We are the fullness of Spirit right here and right now. So whatever we came seeking today, we realize not only that we have found it, but that we are it. That it is within us and it is allowed to come forth and play today. So through that music, that is celebration of life, through the words and inspiration of the message, through everything, it is a high holy fellowship. It is a high five. It is a yes to life. Our life is good. Oak Brook is where it happens. And all is well. And so it is. So it is.
600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
In the truths that she learned, or in times that she cried, in bridges he burned, on the way that she died.
Measure your life in love.
Seasons of love. Seasons of
And welcome. It's about time. It's all about time, isn't it? I am so glad I did a white background for my PowerPoint because it has that extra color to it this morning. Wow. It is all about time. I've got some fun little jokes about time I thought you all might enjoy. Some quotes I hadn't heard. I'm going to share my top 5. How's that? Okay. Number 1, watches are so named as a reminder. If you don't watch carefully what you do with your time, it will slip away from you. Number 2, time is a great teacher. Unfortunately, it kills all its pupils. Now, this is from Shakespeare. I wasted time, now time doth waste me. It's funny, don't you think, how time seems to do a lot of things. It flies, it tells, it steals, and worst of all, it runs out. And my personal favorite, how long a minute is depends on which side of the bathroom door you're on. Time is a fascinating topic, isn't it? Well, I'll speak for myself and just let you all know, I have not historically had the best relationship with time. I'm not claiming that anymore. I'm not speaking that into existence anymore. There is a shift in time for me. Now, I wonder how many of you will see yourself in this. As I was doing my research, I found out that I have suffered from an affliction. And there are symptoms that go with this. I haven't even told my family about it. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Grady. You'll recognize it, though. I think you'll know that I am true when I tell you that I've had this. Here are a couple of the symptoms, and maybe you all can relate. Moving from one checkout line to another because the other one looks shorter. Counting the cars in front of you and either getting in that lane or getting in the one that's going the fastest. How about multitasking to the point of forgetting your tasks? Accidentally putting your clothes on inside out or backwards. Sleeping in your daytime clothes so that you save time in the morning. I've done 4 out of the 5. I won't let you know which ones those are. And now, truthfully, this really is that I found this. This is like a for real thing. It's an article in Psychology Today. You can see this is a designated malady, and it is called hurry sickness. Now, it really and truly, no joke. I'm going to tell you some of the other things it says about it. Hurry sickness is a behavior pattern characterized by continual rushing and anxiousness. It's an overwhelming and continual sense of urgency. Can anyone relate? If that isn't bad enough, it's also defined as a malaise in which a person feels chronically short of time and so tends to perform every task faster and get flustered when encountering any kind of delay. Now, not surprisingly, people who suffer from this kind of affliction suffer from stress-related illnesses. They suffer from obesity. They suffer from high blood pressure. They suffer from heart disease. So it really is no joke. Isn't that interesting? Yes. So my goal today is to explore the nature of time, because we want to change that. We don't want to live in that space of that constant. I know I don't. Let me speak for myself. I don't want to live in that place anymore. We teach what we want to learn. So this was a very timely lesson for me. My intentions for us for today is to talk about the nature of time, to explore that from a couple of different angles. I want for us all to develop a new understanding and to have a new relationship with time. And I want you all to be excited about 2015. Anyone excited about 2015 and what's ahead, right? That means it's going to be good stuff when you can be excited for it. So those are my intentions for us this morning. It's about time. Now, in the English language, we have one word for time. We all think we know what that means, right? Yes? We all know what time means. In Greek language, there are two words for time, and I'm going to share them with you. One of them is chronos, and that is the word that's the root of things like chronic, chronology. It has to do with measurable time, quantifiable time. It's the 525,600 minutes that we all get in that year. It's quantifiable, it's measurable, you can see it on a clock. It is universal. My minute is just as long as Karen's minute. Oprah has the same number of minutes that I do. Imagine all the stuff she does. We all have the same amount of time. No matter where we live in the world, no matter who we are, how much money we have, it is universal. Time moves in one direction. Would you agree to that one as well? It's always going forward. The next one, time is eternal. Always been, always has been, always will be. You agree with that one too? These are the ideas that we have been taught about time. This is the reality that we live in. This is what ordinary time is. Now I'll tell you, I did a lot of research for this talk, and I watched a couple of things on time. And the fact of the matter is that those things are not always true. When we get into the world of the infinitesimally small, we're talking the quantum world, those rules don't apply anymore. When we get into the cosmically, infinitesimally large world, those rules don't apply anymore. There are these things called black holes that when you get close, the gravity is so intense that time isn't the same again. If you want to get a really mind-bending movie, go see, Interstellar. Anybody seen Interstellar? Mind-bending, right? There is a place in the movie where the protagonist is trying to save the planet Earth. And a minute where he is equates to like days, years here on Earth. Time changes depending on where you are. And when you get in the very, very small, in the quantum realm of things, things get really freaky. You have one photon of light that's going one direction, it ends up in two places at the same time. Now, I can't get into all of that right now, but I assure you it's true, and you can look it up. That's a whole other talk, right, Reverend Maria? I could be here for another hours getting into all of that. That's physical time. So we know there are other realms of time. There is the big cosmic time. There's the little teeny tiny infinitesimal time. There's another. Oh, let me show you something else about this. The Greeks, as they describe things, they describe attributes of humanity, virtues, different aspects of life that we live in. They personify them. So this is a statue of Kronos, who was the god of time, the symbol of time. And if you look at him, I found you a really tame one. I don't know how well you can see it, but he's really kind of scary looking. And he's got two babies there because the Greeks believed that time steals our childhood and our youth. This was the tamest one because in other pictures of Kronos, he is devouring them. He has wings because time flies. He's maniacal and he's scary. And they do this so that they can get an image of it, so that they can rationalize it and kind of control time. Because if you allow time to do its own thing, it will go wild and it will be a little crazy. Think about road rage. That's what happens when we get an ordinary time. This is the time that kills. This is the time that steals. This is the time that runs out on you when you need it most. That's what Kronos is. And that is ordinary time. Now we know, you've got to know, I'm going to give you another option here, right? There is another kind of time in the Greek language, and that time is called kairos. And that is the god representing kairos. And you see he also has wings. He's got wings on his back and he's got wings on his feet. And he's carrying scales, which I think is indicative of maybe restoring some kind of harmony. Anyway, it's a different kind of time. Kairos is qualitative, whereas Chronos is measuring the 525,600 minutes, the days in your life. Kairos measures the life in your days. When you talk to people and you say, how was your Christmas? You don't say, how much Christmas did you have? It's not a quantitative thing. You say, how was your Christmas? Kairos refers to non-ordinary time. It's God's time. It's the fullness of time. We've all been in Kairos time, whether you knew it or identified it as that is another story. But it is the decisive moment. It is the opportune time. It is divine perfection. It's that sunrise or that sunset that takes your breath away. It's the lyric that comes up in a song when you need it most. It's that time where you make a decision, where you come to a crossroad in life and you know you're at that crossroad and it's time to make a decision. That's Kairos. Kairos is a time of growth, a time of opportunity. Sometimes we step into them, sometimes we step out. But it's always there. It's always there. We just don't always see it. I've had myself moments of Kairos in this room right here. I was going through a time, and a lot of you who know me and have been coming here for a while have heard about my dark night of the soul 10, 11 years ago. And there was a lot of drama and a lot of trauma. I was on the verge of losing my house, losing my business. My marriage was on the rocks. My health, I was 100 pounds overweight. It was a miserable, just god-awful time. And I found this place. It was a Kairos moment. Walking in the door and seeing this little woman minister talking about Buddha and Jesus, and like, wow, what is this? I started taking classes, and a class I took right here in this room as I was going through all of that craziness in my life. And it was facilitated by Nick George, and it was Financial Abundance was the name of the class. And he read a scripture that I'd never heard. And I don't know how many of you have heard it, but I'll share it with you because it really touched me. If you can read it. It's from the Old Testament, where people are going through some tough times, and God assures them that if they put him first, if they have faith, he says, I will restore the years the swarming locust has eaten. Now, I'm a very visual person. I've never seen a swarm of locusts, actually, but I have read about them. You guys know what locusts are? They're like little grasshoppers. And again, I did my research. These guys will eat their weight in plant material in one day. A swarm of locusts can be over 400 miles thick. And when they swarm, you can't even see daylight. This actually happens. It still happens. To hear that, to think, that scares the heck out of me. You imagine a bunch of trying to drive through grasshoppers all up in your house. And that is terrifying to me. And the devastation, it's of biblical proportions. That's huge. Ocala itself, the whole city of Ocala is only 40 square miles. These guys, 400 square miles of freaking grasshoppers eating everything in sight. That's devastation for years. And I felt like I was in a rough place, but my God, that promise. God can restore the years the swarming locusts had eaten. That just blew my mind. And it was enough of an opening for me to take that leap of faith. And I'm here to tell you that it's true. That can happen. It happens to people. It happened to me. I wouldn't be able to stand here. I wouldn't be here right now if that had not happened for me. So these moments of Kairos happen again and again. My most recent Kairos opportunity was about 6 months ago, walking into the doctor's office. which I've always hated. But I didn't know I was stepping into a moment of Kairos. He asked me a very simple question. So what are you about? What's your excuse? 100 pounds overweight. You know what to do, don't you? It was very non-judgmental. It was wonderful. But for whatever reason, something clicked for me. I walked out of there and I knew it was a decisive moment for me. And here I am now, 50 pounds lighter. So I'm not there yet. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm super excited for this year. The things I'm doing today were out of the realm of possibility a year ago. Completely out of the realm of possibility. I'm even running today. I tell you, I didn't run when I was a kid. I was one of those people, if I was running, you better be running too, because something's chasing me. And now it's fun. How crazy is that? I don't know what you're going through, but if you have ever felt like years of your life have been wasted in unforgiveness, for bad mistakes, in bitterness, relationships that have gone bad, maybe you've lost your money, maybe you've lost your home, I don't know what it is. And maybe somebody died. Those people don't come back, but I promise you the experience, that Kairos experience can come back. You can get it back. How do I know? Because I'm here. And this is your message for today. That's why you're here. You're here by divine appointment. Do y'all realize that? Y'all could have stayed home in bed. There are people I was expecting here that are not here. There are people who are here who I wasn't expecting. How awesome is that? But I know that the people who are here today that are hearing this message are here for a reason. This is your year. It's about time, and it's your time. This is your time. This is your moment. Something about Kairos and Chronos. I told you they both have wings. They both fly. There are things that they have in common. I'm not sure how clearly you're seeing that vision. It's another interesting, fascinating thing. The Greeks put so much symbology into their paintings and into their statues and things. Both of these figures have hair on the front. It grows out of the front of their heads. So you see, when time is coming towards you, that is your opportunity to grasp it. They don't have any hair on the back of the head. See, when it passes you, it's done. You've missed the moment. But when it's here in front of you is the time to grasp it. They both have wings. Time flies. There are opportune moments. And you are here in an opportune moment. Time is on your side. Time is on my side. I'd like for you to join me in this affirmation, if you would. Together, with enthusiasm, excitement, okay. Unhindered by the past and drawn by limitless possibility, I live in the fullness of God's time, divinely guided and inspired in all that I think, say, and do. My time is here and now. 2015 is an excellent year. Say it again. 2015 is what? An excellent year. Yes, the time is now. The place is wherever you are. This is your moment to grasp it. Those moments come all the time. You have to stay awake and stay aware. That's the key right there, is slowing down life enough to recognize those moments when they're there and then act on it. Because when it comes, when it goes, it's too late. When you're sitting in your life and you're thinking something happens, maybe it's an opportunity for that new relationship, or maybe it's the meaning that's come out of your vocation, out of your work. Or maybe it's that moment where you decide, I'm going to take care of my physical being. and you say, it's about time. It is about time, and it is your time, and this is the time. So I invite you to just take a moment now and turn within. And just breathe into this space, into this here and now. Knowing that the fullness of God's time happens in God's time. That a moment in God's time may be an hour in our time, it may be a year, it may be more. But when that time comes, it comes in its fullness. It is eternality. It is timelessness. It is all things at one time. And it's never too late. The time is always here and now. And in God's time, there is always time. So I know that each and every one in this year of 2015 and beyond accomplishes all that it is they're here to do. And I know their lives are made fuller, and their lives are greater, and their lives are ever expanding, because we are each one of us here to live into the fullness of our being as spirit in expression. And that spirit in expression is ever evolving, ever expanding, ever growing. And it is our privilege to use that time to be that expression of the Most High. And so we are grateful for the gift of time. We are grateful for understanding how to use it. We are grateful for not allowing ourselves to be used by it, but to use that time to our fullest and greatest expression. And so I am grateful for knowing that 2015 and beyond is the time, that it is our time, and that it is wonderful, and that it is ever expanding. That there is an abundance of love, of joy, of prosperity, and every good thing. So I release these words with gratitude and with joyous expectations, and know that it is already done. And so it is. So it is. Can you see it?
It's the world's greatest. Come on, it's the world's greatest. I'm the world's greatest. That's right, so are you.
I am a mountain, I am a tall tree, oh, I am a swift wind, sweeping the country. I am a river, down in the valley, oh, I am a vision, and I can see clearly. If anybody asks you who I am, just stand up tall, look them in the face and say, I'm that star up in the sky, I'm that mountain peak up high. Hey, I made it, I'm the world's greatest. I'm that little bit of hope when my back's against the ropes. I can feel it, I'm the world's greatest.
I'm the world's greatest. I'm the world's greatest. And you're the world's greatest. Come on, you're the world's greatest.
I am a giant, I am an eagle, oh, I am a lion down in the jungle. I am a marching band, and I am the people, oh, I am a helping hand, and I am a hero. If anybody asks you who I am, just stand up tall, look them in the face and say, I'm that star up in the sky, I'm that mountain peak up high. Hey, I made it.
I made it.
I'm the world's greatest.
I'm the world's greatest.
And I'm that little bit of hope. When my back's against the ropes, I can feel it.
Can you feel it?
I'm the world's greatest.
You're the world's greatest too.
And the ring of light will reign on, and the world will know it's our King. When all is darkest, I'll shine a light, and be the success you'll find in me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm that star up in the sky. I'm that mountain peak up high. Hey, I made it.
I'm making it.
I'm the world's greatest.
Are you the world's greatest too?
I'm that little bit of hope. When my back's against the ropes, I can feel it.
I can feel it.
I'm the world's greatest. I'm that star up in the sky. I'm that mountain peak up
I want y'all to
high.
remember
Hey,
this
I made it.
affirmation. Every time you hear this song, I want y'all to think, I'm unhindered by the past, and I'm drawn by limitless possibilities. I live in the fullness of God's time, divinely guided, inspired in everything I think, say, and do. My time is here and now. 2015 is an excellent year. Every single time you hear somebody say Happy New Year, I want y'all to think, I am unhindered by my past. I'm drawn into limitless possibilities. Right? Limitless possibilities. Think about it. God's going to restore all those years that the locust has taken from you. No matter what has happened in your past,
I'm that
you're going to
star
stop
up
and
in
you're going to
the
say to
sky.
yourself,
I'm that
oh my
mountain
God, it's
peak up
coming back to
high.
me.
Hey, I made
Tenfold.
it.
Think of Job.
I'm
If
the
Job can
world's
do it, you can
greatest.
do it too, right? Right?
I'm that little
Oh my
bit
goodness,
of
man.
hope. When my
Imagine
back's against the
all
rope,
that greatness.
hey, I feel
It's
it.
yours. And you're going to
I'm the
stand on that
world's
mountain. You're going to say,
greatest.
I'm the world's greatest. Right? Every time. You're the world's greatest. And I'm the world's greatest. Ever and always. For this year, everybody. Raise your hand, man. Y'all feel it, right?
And now we get ready to share our gifts and our tithes and celebrate our abundance. If you would join me with our affirmation in saying our affirmation all together. And hold your money there or whatever it is that you will be contributing to your heart. And know that that energy flows through and goes on to bless each and every one it touches. And if you have a prayer request, again, it's that little quarter-page white sheet that's in your bulletin. Jackie, hold up your hand or your box there. Let Jackie know, hold it up so she knows to collect your prayer request. And now all together. How good it is to know that I am the place where the abundance of the universe flows. And as the abundance flows through me, it is with a grateful heart that I give. I know that as I give, so much more is given back to me. Gratefully and joyfully, I give of my time, my talents, my gifts, and my heart. And so it is.
All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give.
So, Father, Mother, God, we give great gratitude for these gifts that have been given so freely today. For the people of this center who give of their time, of their talents, of their treasure to make this place the wonderful place that it is, this place of love, this place of freedom, this place of acceptance. I am so grateful for each and every one, knowing that that which they give goes on to bless them 10 times, just overflowing, and it goes on to bless each and every life that we touch. I am grateful also for the prayer requests, knowing that the answer to the prayer is already in the mind of God and the person who has prayed. And so I know these prayers are answered. I am grateful for the practitioners and the ministers who will be praying over these requests throughout the next week. And I am just grateful for knowing that it is all for the highest and best, that we know what, when, and how to do exactly what is needed to bring about our highest expression. And I release these words with gratitude, and so it is. Now, as we prepare for Reverend Gail to do our affirmative prayer, let's just sit and sing one of my favorite songs, is In the Presence.
I do not need to run ahead. I do not need to get away. I will stay right here, here in the present. 'Cause I know all is well here in the present. I do not need to run ahead. I do not need to get away. I will stay right here, here in the present. 'Cause I know all is well here in the present. I do not need to run ahead. I do not need to get away. I will stay right here, here in the present. 'Cause I know all is well here in the present. I do not need to run ahead. I do not need to get away. I will stay right here, here in the present. 'Cause I know all is well here in the present. I do not need to run ahead. I do not need to get away. I will stay right here, here in the present. 'Cause I know all is well here in the present.
here in the present, here in the only time that exists, for truly the present is God's time. I recognize that one incredible spirit, that one love and harmony that permeates everything known and unknown. I recognize that it is all for good. That where God is, there can only be the absolute truth of love and harmony, of right activity, of wisdom. And I know that that which is spirit flows through me, and it flows through each person here. It flows indeed through every person on this planet, for we are all one at the base of our being. And so that which is spirit shines forth in this moment. It shines forth as the new year, as the year 2015. But it shines forth in more personal and smaller ways. It shines forth in each of our relationships as love and understanding, as harmony and right activity. It shines forth in our bank accounts. For God has said that the windows of heaven are opened and all of the riches are poured out upon us, so great that we can't receive them all. This that is spirit is the thread of joy that uplifts all of life. It uplifts, it binds together a universe of love. And so I'm speaking all of this into this moment, into the law, into manifestation. All that each of us has heard today, in ways that we have been touched, in ways that we may come to realize we are touched later. All of it coming together within us to express that which is whole and true and loving. And so it is with great joy that I recognize that this is the only truth of the universe, that it is all God's time, and that we are given every moment of it to be an expression of all that is whole and good, that we are given every moment of it to realize that we have been forgiven before there was a need for forgiveness, that we too open our hearts to all other people. It has been given to us that we might sit in the stillness and simply experience the presence and experience the joy. It has been given to us as the gift of peace, the peace that fills our minds and our hearts, the peace that flows from us and threads out into every part of this planet. The peace that is indeed beyond our understanding, but still is promised. And so it is with that sense of joy, that sense of awe, that I know that I speak this morning into the universal law, into the very mind of creativity that hears and simply manifest that which I speak. And so it is for all of us. So it is for everyone to speak the word of love and to see it in our lives. And so it is. And so we let it be. Together.